Hello, 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 everyone on Radio World, and welcome to another episode of Party Bonus. My name is Zach Snisferburgers.
That's a lie. You're a liar. Wait
My
a
name
minute.
is Tony Stark. My name is Deb Solomon.
What was your name again? Snurderburger? Furterburger?
My name is Zach Snisferburgers.
Sniffs Fur Burgers.
Me too, bud. Me too. So relatable.
I don't think I have anything better than that. My name is
You, me, and every dog.
All
Sorry.
pogs go to heaven.
I'm sorry.
And what is your
everyone.
name, Sean?
No. It's something else more creative. I just don't know what it is.
Sean's name could not be found.
Error 404.
Welcome, everyone, to this podcast Party Bonus. It's a sketch comedy podcast where indie horror writers take time away from their terrifying tales to bring a little laughter and sunshine in your miserable existence. And you're probably wondering, hey, why do you think my existence is so miserable? And it's because you're alive.
You dirty birdie.
I actually think it's not. I think none of you are real, and I'm just in hell reliving a memory over and over again.
You got that special kind of hell.
I can't argue
A
with
really
that.
fucked up one. Yeah.
So my friends and fellow podcasters, what's the scoop with y'all? How y'all doing this week?
I'm doing fan-fucking-tastic, man. I'm doing great.
I'm feeling Velocipaster out of 10.
Damn, boy.
I gotta watch
Okay.
that movie. It sounds like a good movie. I mean, it sounds like a bad movie, but
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean.
Yeah. The bad, good, bad kind.
That's how I started off my very good week, is with a very good, bad movie. And then I also went to a bunch of really cool locations in the town that I live in, including, this is my party bonus, the stretch of road where the famous Road Work Ahead vine was filmed.
Okay.
Filmed my own Road Work Ahead vine, and the sign is still there 8 years later.
Oh, wow.
Because it's on, you can check this out. There's like some GeoGuessr pinpointed the location of it, but it's on the stretch of road on Valencia in Tucson between Alvernon and Benson. And Valencia Road is notorious for having so much road work on it that like it's been that way since before humans existed. Like I think it's just like timelessly, eternally under construction. It's like a SCP that has a curse on it, which, and like the cones, there's not even any workers with them. The cones just like sort of appear and disappear each
It's
day.
like a Bermuda Triangle for traffic.
Carbon dating tells us it predates humanity.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think these cones are made out of some sort of arcane material that just spring up out of nowhere and phase in and out of existence.
You enter another dimension on this stretch of road.
Exactly.
Several
might
solid
actually be-
non-gender Sasquatches make up this.
All in the shape of road work ahead signs.
Skin changers. How about you, Sean? How's your week? What's your party bonus for this week?
My party bonus for this week is your favorite stupid horror movie, but they made another one, and it's Christmas themed. I'm talking about Terrifier 3 is coming out, and oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm going to rent a whole theater to watch it.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I watched the second one with you and Maddie at your place, and by God, that movie gave me a panic attack. It was good.
It's
in a good
truly,
way.
truly disgusting and hilarious and extremely long-winded and absolutely silly and unnecessary and extra. It's my babe.
Oh, yes.
I love that.
It's a great one. I remember stumbling upon the very first one, All Hallows Eve, randomly on Netflix years ago, and I was like, "What even is this?"
I saw that by
yeah.
accident first, because whatever year it came out, just cruising awful horror movies on, it was probably on Amazon or something, and then saw the movie afterwards, and I was like, that's not the thing from that thing that I remember, is it? And I couldn't figure out what it was then, but at some point linked them up later, like, oh, that is the character from that weird anthology Halloween thing that was cheap and funny. And then two, whew, I don't even, one was kind of like par for the course for like a B kind of good bad, same as we were talking about before, good bad horror movie. And two was just way over the top. When I heard before it came out, I just followed it because it was quarantine and it was practical
Right.
effects, so I dug the hell out of it when I saw it.
Say the practical effects.
Oh,
Oh,
I
hell
don't,
yeah, practical.
delicious.
Let's go.
I
Yes.
can't describe it. Like, I had been at a place where I messed with some of that stuff before, and like I just love it. I can't, like, trying to figure out how people did stuff is so cool. Also, it was the writer, director, special effects, the person who did it, and then they were like, it's gonna be 2.5 hours long. I'm like, that's ridiculous. I'm in.
Incredible.
Speaking of practical effects, I watched the other day again The Void. If you ever watched that,
I don't think so.
oh,
I don't think
you
that I
need
have.
yeah, it's on Prime, I believe. It might be on one of the free channels, but you should check out The Void because it is a really good indie horror movie.
Oh, I have seen this. Yep.
You have seen this?
100%.
I was gonna say
It's
that
cool.
movie does not pull punches
Yeah.
at all.
No, I
And
like
in
that
good
one.
ways. Like
That's a
that
cool
movie
fucking
was
movie.
fucking brutal and has it's like a really extreme body horror slash
Oh, I
cosmic
love
horror,
extreme body horror. Let's
and
go.
the practical effects are just they're good, and I pretty much all I think it's all practical effects for the most part. But it's a sweet fucking movie for sure.
I just dig when people go all in on doing that kind of stuff. There's nothing like one trying to pick apart practical effects, but when people were doing them too. I don't know anything about the person who did that movie, Terrifier, but we watched like a doc. Well, after I saw it, I was like, I just want the fiction in my mind to be that they did everything themselves, and this was super low budget. Like, I sort of heard about it, and I just want to believe it. And then we looked up like a behind the scenes documentary thing, like a month or two ago, and it was all of it was like the director person doing literal effects, like with a camera behind him with like one actor in the scene, and I go like, all right, go, and then like Bloody ended up doing a thing, doing a puppet, and I going, all right, go, and it was like, holy shit, like he actually did it. That's crazy.
Love that.
That's fucking great, man. Gotta love it. Well, my party bonus this week has been it's my little gremlin's birthday today. She's 5 years old. Not too exciting, not too horror, although she can be terrifying sometimes, but
Oh, that's
you know,
exciting.
it's been a day of unicorns and colors and
Hell yeah.
all kinds of fun. And it's also been a day of a bit of nostalgia and her having such a great time. But I've also gone on the weirdest nostalgia deep dive lately just because I spend too much time on the social medias, specifically TikTok, because I just don't know what it is, but I always get those nostalgia videos that pop up all the time of like, oh, here's those things you used to see back in the day, or like when you were in gym class and you had those little wheelie boards that you used to sit on and run around in, or those colored blocks that looked like bricks when you were in like kindergarten that you used to build little
The wheelie boards. What were those
wheelie
called?
boards.
You just like went like this on them,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you just somehow went forward because physics. I still don't
I mean,
understand.
if we're talking about nostalgia and unicorns, how can we not bring up Lisa Frank? Oh my
Lisa
god.
Frank.
Nihilisa
She was
Frank.
everywhere. Yeah, well, okay, maybe it's like I have like a perspective on this because Lisa Frank is from where I live, and like the Lisa Frank factory, I think they actually recently tore it down, but it used to be like you could go in there. It's all those like multicolor, like vibrant
Okay.
drawings. Yeah, they were big in the
Yeah.
like late 90s, early 2000s.
They were school supplies. A lot of things were school supplies.
Yeah, I know I had like an art craft or art supply box with like Lisa Frank print all over it. And they had those like little velvet paintings you could color in with markers, except the markers were always dried up even when you bought them, like the moment you got out of the store. Yeah, that was that when I think of like weird nostalgia, I think of that for
The
sure.
or like the little multi pen with words you could poke down, use a different
Yeah,
color each time.
I remember those. Yeah.
Fucking pacemakers, the little boxes, keep all your shit in. What got me on this is I was driving home from work, and out of nowhere, the theme music for Creepy Crawlers popped into my head. Do any of you remember what Creepy Crawlers was?
I don't know.
Were those the ones that you like? They had a mold or something.
Yeah,
You make
it
them? Is that what it
was.
was? You made them?
Yes. So Creepy Crawlers was like one of those toy set things back in the day where you could like it was a little like do it yourself lab set where it gave you a bunch of weird supplies and you can make
Okay.
molds out of them, and it was like these little bugs or spiders and shit. And I think they had like an edible edition at one point,
Right. And nothing
if I
ever goes wrong
remember.
with edible toys.
Yeah. And then I was just like, that theme song just popped into my head. It was like creepy crawlers, and I was like, oh fuck, I
Oh
remember that
shit!
shit.
I didn't. Oh man, I haven't thought about that one in a really long time.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, that's kind of like those are like the dark B sides of the nostalgia. Because I was like, there's no way that shit they were giving to kids and letting them make edible foods out of was healthy at all. Because there
Absolutely.
was that, and I also remember there was like chemistry set that was essentially like the same thing. It was like make your crazy drinks and whatever, and it was just these weird food dyes. And I remember drinking. I probably shouldn't have drank it. That you probably weren't supposed to actually drink, but I think you could.
You're on to something here, because like as I'm listening to you talk about all this stuff, I'm sort of coming up with this kind of conspiracy theory in my head. There was like a hot second where people were making things that would rehydrate in water. So like you get something that looked like a brick of soap, then you throw it in a bathtub and it turned into a t-shirt, or like those little tablets that would turn into dinosaurs. You know,
Yes, yes,
they
yes. The
people were
ones that
doing
turned into
that.
dinosaurs. I remember
Yeah,
that. I had
they
one.
people were doing that with a lot of stuff though. Like there was this craze where you could like get small stuff and then rehydrate it and it would be big again. That
Yep.
disappeared. Here's my conspiracy theory.
Uh oh.
Kids ate the dinosaurs, the foam dinosaurs, and it gave them bad stomach problems. And
Man,
then those like edible toys were just wiped off the face of the earth. That's my conspiracy theory. Feel free to prove it or disprove it. Do what you will with it.
bro, 100%. I guarantee there's like a warehouse of just like stashed little kid bodies of kids who just suffocated themselves eating those stupid little sponges.
Yeah, yeah. Oh gosh.
So they couldn't have evidence in court.
Like we can't have this. Like the whole
Yeah.
dude here's where the conspiracy goes deeper. The whole toy industry is built on mountains of dead children.
They're
That's
called
not
test
even a
subjects.
conspiracy theory. That's just real.
That's just fact.
That's just
Oh
real.
wait, sorry. Did I drop some truth on you guys? Welcome to the
Yeah.
Truth Bomb Corner.
I mean, but like that could be expanded out because like most of modern society is built on dead bodies. Like, why do you think we have grounding wires in our outlets now? It's because we didn't used to, and we learned the hard way that we should. So
Right.
most of
Ground
what
my
we have now
electricity,
is
but why?
yeah. So
The butter knife in your hand.
we have the
Yeah.
failures of others to thank. You know, it used to be boilers did not have safety valves. That's also a lesson we learned the hard way. So
Very true. This was parenting the hard way in the 90s.
yeah,
Buy this toy at your risk, at your own risk.
right. Make sure, you know, if it has lead paint on it, that's totally fine. Or fucking cadmium on it or something, giving kids cancer. Like, sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's
What do you think the
Sure, that won't come
incredible
back to
edibles
bite us
oven
later.
did to kids? How much cancer do you think that had in it? It ran on
exactly.
cancer.
Exactly. It was just fucking DDP in the powder is all it was. They're just like, here you go, guys. Try this out.
Uh, literally, it used to be even worse. There was a guy who invented green paint in the like the Victorian era, and everybody was really excited about it because it was like a super vibrant green. Yeah, everybody who got it got sick immediately. It turned out it was made of arsenic,
Oh God.
just straight up made of arsenic. So they were just putting straight arsenic on their walls as paint, and of course, getting horribly sick and dying. Yep.
I
No,
remember
that's
doing a job right out of college where I had to work with photochemicals, and I remember a person from
Oh yeah.
there's a person from West Virginia who trained me because you had to like elbow deep into photochemicals, and he was like, "Yeah, you should wear gloves." He's like, "I don't really do it." I was like, "Is that bad for you?"
So bad.
He was like, "Yeah, it gives you cancer." It's like, okay, all right, man. I wear gloves, but you're good.
We all die anyway.
Please don't contribute to the gene pool. Thank you. He seemed like a nice guy, but he probably was better off not doing that. We were all better off with him not doing that.
yeah, probably.
Excuse me, I said DDP. I meant DDT.
Oh, you silly boy. I have no seed inside of me. It's been taken by the photochemicals.
Yeah, Notorious Carcinogen, Diamond Dallas Page.
That's why I was just kind of like, oh, just wait, did I just drop the diamond cutter on?
I honestly, I didn't catch on to the difference. So, but I mean, thank you for the correction because.
I thought that because I was like, when I said it, like, it's one of those things where your brain later on goes, that didn't register correctly.
Yeah.
And I was like, the diamond cutter. Why am I thinking of the diamond? Not DDP, DDT.
Wait a minute.
Is that the title of the episode? Is Notorious Carcinogen? Diamond Dallas Page. Sorry, Sean, I cut you off.
No, that's his autobiography title.
My clearest memory of Diamond Dallas Page, believe it or not, is not from watching him on wrestling. It's after he retired, he got really into yoga because he had like a really bad back injury. So my primary experience has been a book of his that I read called Yoga for Regular Guys. I forget where I found it, but it's really great because genuinely it does teach you yoga, but also there's like they did like a photo shoot of like biker dudes doing yoga poses for the book.
I've seen this.
It's great. Like it's really genuinely a good book.
I
with
remember
biker dudes.
Yeah, with like biker guys
And
with
like
vests and cowboy hats
I mean,
and like
this is-
It might as well say on the front of it yoga for not gay dudes on the front.
No,
Holy
literally,
shit.
yeah, like literally.
I mean, he's literally
That's
he's
awful.
literally appealing to like the people who would be at a wrestling match to go
Yeah,
see it and just be
like
like,
he knows.
listen guys, yoga's actually really cool and good and healthy for your body. So
Yeah,
when
like
you
he
know-
knows exactly who his audience is. If he had
Yeah,
done that
he
any
does.
other way, like don't get me wrong, it's very no homo, no homo, no homo. But if he had done that any other way,
he's still in all
he would've
black.
been- yeah,
Still sleeveless shirt, probably has a backwards
It's
hat while
full
he
of
does
guys on the front that are in leather and they're oiled up, and it says we're definitely not attracted to man yoga is the title
it.
underneath.
A lot of Wasp fans and Hatebreed fans.
It's a very closeted crowd in here. Wow. They're unironically enjoying I adopted leather culture because of Rob Halford, the straightest man alive. Oh wait,
Yeah.
what?
no, it's good. I think I mean, yeah, it's very no homo, no homo, no homo, no homo, but it's also like, I don't know, I thought it was like clever, like sort of covert introducing a concept to an audience that would normally immediately laugh at it. So, I don't know, he did what he had to. You got to make money as a wrestler who's retired. Yeah.
Right. If you lived through wrestling and didn't like OD on some type of drug,
Yeah.
then you had to do something other than, collect unemployment and live on the street.
I used to watch wrestling when I was a kid, and I will like later on watch the Jake the Snake documentary. Did you ever see the Jake the Snake documentary?
No.
I've watched episodes of that Dark Side of the Ring,
No,
but
it's like a
not the
full
Jake the
feature,
Snake. Okay.
feature length like documentary that's about Jake the Snake. Because I can't remember. I think it came out before, but that movie, The Wrestler, that was that Aronofsky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurt me to think about for a minute. That was based like fictionally based on Jake the Snake, and DDP is in the documentary.
Okay.
Like the whole time trying to like mentor back to health, but it kind of is like a cheap ad for his yoga for extremely straight guys thing throughout. It's just
Never
wild.
mind. That's the title of the episode. Yoga for extremely straight guys.
Definitely yoga for definitely straight guys in leather.
Totally straight guys.
Yoga to pump you up.
Oh man. God, wrestlers fascinate me. I mean, they have like terrible living conditions, and they should be paid more and not have to fight as much so that they don't OD on drugs. You know,
Yeah.
all that, and like wrestling's fun. Luchadors are great. I love them. You know,
Yeah.
but some of those wrestlers, man, they're just really unhinged. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, I know Goldust is like for real crazy, like actually genuinely crazy. We've had discussions about ICP before. When I read Violent J's autobiography, he talks about the brief stint they had in the WWE, and they would like run into. There was this one time they ran into Goldust in the locker room because they were trying to look for towels, and he was like lying on his side, humping the wall, and like that's just that's what he was doing. And then later, he's just like, they find him just like sitting a corner, and he goes, "Does my pussy stink? My pussy stinks." Like, genuinely insane shit that would just like happen on set with these insane wrestlers. So
Sean
Anyway.
has some first-hand experience with some wrestlers. I
Oh,
believe.
is that so?
I worked on some very small movie sets, like what is everybody doing here movie sets with wrestlers.
Not the B movies, the C movies.
So like it was okay, I can safely talk about some of this because they were so like I walked out and I was like in my early 20s. Somebody was like, "Hey, what's your credit gonna be?" And I was like, "Don't credit me. This is terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know
Please
what I'm
don't
doing, but
credit
it's
me."
not this. Bye." That was like the level that it was at. Like, yeah, you're desperate for work, but not that one. Please don't.
Yeah.
But they had a bunch of wrestlers who I'm not going to use any names, but there was one that was like local to the geographic area I'm at in Pittsburgh that at the time was going through like a court proceeding about some kind of like domestic abuse or something in the home that was not chill or cool at all.
Seems on
The
par.
opposite, in fact. On that one, there was two other ones that were like, one was a gigantic wrestler man who he pulled up in his pickup truck, and they had craft services for him. They were really shitty craft services, but they had craft services for him. But it wasn't enough, and they didn't have an alcohol. Like they were trying to not let him drink while he was trying to act on set, but he wasn't having it. So he would go to the back of his pickup truck where he had beer stored, and we picked him up. Usual stories about Andre the Giant were like, it looked like a Dixie cup to him. It probably, like this dude would pick it up and hold them, and you'd be like, oh, that is very small in that man's hand. That's like a small sip of beer for him. At some point,
That's concerning.
Yeah.
Concerning.
they would like hang out because there was nothing else to do, and it was just to like hear them have conversations was so funny because it was like eventually the filter was out, and they would talk about like the performance enhancing drugs that they were taking, steroids.
Right. Yeah.
What they had like a bad time on. Like one of them came up and asked me for prescription drugs, like a very specific prescription drug, and I was like,
yeah.
I have access to this actually. What would you
As a
say that
matter of fact, I
you?
do.
How much of that prescription drug do you need? And the the measurement that he gave me, I was like, I don't have that much. It's like, would you like some of this? He's like, no, I have to take like 6 milligrams or it does nothing. And I'm like, Jesus, I would be in a coma. I would be in a coma. That was like the level. These dudes would party like crazy all night long and like wake up at 7 a.m. and like start lifting weights. It was disgusting.
I mean, and these were famous men, famous wrestlers at one point too.
The other one that was on there was one who was a famous wrestler, well known, went to jail for. We took a car ride with him in the car because he was getting mad on the set, and he was like, "I need to go get some food. Fuck this. I'm getting out of here." And we're like, "We'll take you, man. We'll take you to go get some food."
You're getting all pumped because you're like, oh man, I'm going to get to hang out with this wrestler. It's so cool. I always dreamed of this.
I was only there for a portion of it because he was so uncomfortable that I was like, I don't actually, guys, like I'll meet you back at the thing. Because he was so mad, and he was just saying like, if you don't get your protein, you'll fucking kill somebody. And they're like, I believe you. I believe you're thinking about it. And after that, somebody told me, they're like, do you know why he went to jail? And I was like, no, like, I don't think I do. And they said, he stabbed a guy 14 times or something. That was his best friend. Like, they were fucked up and he stabbed him.
Yeah,
like,
I might know who you're talking
about. You
about.
make him mad and you're not his best friend.
Yeah, right.
And then I thought about it and I was like, I put contact lenses in this guy all day. If I would have fucked up, like I could have got my arm ripped out of the socket. It would have been gone.
He just grabs your balls.
He would have chewed it off and said, I need my protein. Oof. He's gone now.
Oh.
Rest in
R.I.P.
pieces. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
A truly unique individual. I have a bunch, but I don't want to make it the whole thing talking about these dudes.
Really, it's okay. There's been so many fun things to talk about recently. I know I had a pretty big discussion for us to get into about rat-a-tats in the rat-a-tat chat, but I'm gonna leave it open to you guys about what to talk about, because I threw out video game movies, because I know, Dev, you and I have specifically been kind of caked in this a lot, being in Desiree's, stopping in on Desiree's podcast a couple times. Should I make it my family watch? Which is watching just really bad horror movies and talking about them. We both got stuck with doing Uwe Boll movies.
Yeah. And actually, the one you did with her about Alone in the Dark is what led to her most recent episode. Okay. Because I wanted to check it out because I had so much fun with House of the Dead. And as I was watching Alone in the Dark, I was texting my friend Molly about it, and they were kind of like looking at information about it on Wikipedia. They said like, well, anything's better than Shark Side of the Moon. And I go, now hold up, back up.
Time out.
Tell me about that. Yeah, I need to hear about a film called Shark Side of the Moon. And I watched it. As I say to everyone at this point, it is the hardest I have laughed at something that made me feel like I was cutting an onion. Wow. It was an experience. So check out that episode. But yeah, like that episode that you did about Alone in the Dark is what led to me watching Shark Side of the Moon, and then led to the most recent episode.
Yeah. So I know we've definitely talked about it a lot, and I know Sean and I have always talked deeply about video games in movies. I was gonna say we could talk about that. I mentioned a couple other things that have been crazy this week.
I have one of the all-time bangers of conspiracy theories to bring to you guys. If you want to tell me what that's about, if you want to,
let's do some deep dives. Let's try a conspiracy theory.
I'll tell you about the real conspiracy later. And note that I say conspiracy and not conspiracy theory. But I'm gonna give you and you're going to already kind of know this because it became a meme at some point. I want you guys to tell me the true story behind gay frogs.
True story behind gay frogs.
Yeah, so if you've ever seen that clip of Alex Jones, they're putting chemicals in the water, turn the freaking frogs gay.
Turn the freaking frogs gay.
Who are the gay frogs? Why are they here? What are they doing? What does the man not want you to know about gay frogs?
Ironically, Ironically, this leads back to the cult of the
The
alligator cum
cults
god.
of Sobek. Yeah.
Yes, Sobek, the alligator cum god. So
Because Alex Jones wants his
Oh,
big
yeah.
cums.
because he's all about the big cum, this Alex Jones,
Right.
and he seeks out where the cum goes. And
It's going in the water,
it's going
and
in the
it's
water,
turning our
and it's
frogs
turning
gay.
the frogs
They're like,
gay.
damn. Tasty.
Because frogs are asexual. I'm not sure about that. I might have just lied out my ass, but let's just say they are. And so maybe maybe they don't see black and white, and they just see gray. So when it comes to dicks and pussies, they're about assholes. I mean, who knows?
Dicks also fuck assholes.
Dicks also fuck assholes, Chuck.
Dicks and assholes exclusively now.
That is one of the. I just need to take a break to talk about Team America. I remember nothing else about that movie, but the speech he gives where he says "dicks also fuck assholes"
Dicks
lives
also
in my
fuck
head,
assholes.
rent
Sure.
fucking free. I
It's a
I haven't
beautiful
watched
movie.
that film in like 15 years, but I just distinctly remember it. Anyway,
We
uh,
almost got disowned over that movie.
really,
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
That
yeah,
that
I
was
forgot
our
about
fault
that.
because we showed our parents the unrated version of it.
Woof.
That had
Whoops.
a bunch of cut scenes of the dolls having sex and like pissing and shitting on each other, and our mom just got up and walked out of the room and was like, "Nope, not doing this." And then she came back in later, just like, giving us
Yeah,
the
not
whole-
happy.
Yeah.
It was like it was like that Fallout meme. Nobody liked that.
Nobody. Yeah.
I loved it. Nobody else even
fucking
remotely
reading
enjoyed
us
their
the
time this
riot.
evening.
Reading us the riot act, like, I can't believe it. I raised two sons that would find this funny, and we're like, are you fucking kidding? Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, it really did come to that, didn't it? It was actually that serious. I forgot about that because it was really silly, but it did actually get that serious.
I mean, we were still laughing at it.
No, and, I really do remember, like, it's a doll shitting on somebody. Like, what is? Like,
They're
this
shitting
is
and
so
pissing
weird.
on each other.
So
Oh,
weird.
wow.
Anyways,
A little defensive.
yeah.
I think it's very funny that your parents nearly disowned you over a movie which soundtrack includes the phrase "America, fuck yeah!" Like, that's so funny to me how life works. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Pearl
The
clutching.
gay frogs. What do
But
they
the
do?
gay
with?
frogs and the
What's
cum.
their agenda?
Well,
What
almost
happens?
certainly, if it's Alex Jones, then Hillary Clinton and why did I just forget his name? Oh my God! What is the
And-
guy? George
Bill
Soros.
Oh,
George Soros. Yeah.
Is George? Wait. I don't. Is George Soros directly responsible for putting those chemicals in the water that makes the frogs gay?
That's a great question.
Did he
There
do
is
it?
actually an answer to that in real life, but I don't think
Uh,
it is. The answer is George
Mhm,
Soros. I think the answer is somebody else. So you can go with George Soros if you want to.
And
I
he
think-
probably did it from a pizza shop in New Jersey. From
I
the
think
basement.
George Soros is the kind of person who likes to go on nature walks. And when he's on these nature walks, he's got a really irritable bow. And he's like, "Gee, man, I really gotta take a wee." And so he goes and finds like a river and a creek and takes a whiz. And the frogs are just kind of like, "I think I taste some coming here." And then
Delicious.
they just
I see.
turn
I
away.
thought you were gonna go a completely different direction. I thought you were gonna say like the frogs are so gay they just come out and suck on his dick. Like, they just jump
You know
out of the
what?
water.
I like that direction better. Let's take that one. Let's roll
It's a
with it. So when he
veritable
pisses-
frog bukkake.
You can't
He's-
piss in the river anymore because all the frogs are too gay
The-
and they'll suck your dick. And this is what's
You take it out.
destroying
No,
America.
you know what?
You're
God damn it, you're
assaulted by
right.
frogs.
You're right. That's what happens. See, so
These frogs
George
is thirsty.
Soros pissing in the water, and his pheromones from his urine They picked up the scent and they're like, "Oh man, that's some bomb ass shit you got there, bud." And then they jumped out the water and well, I'm thinking of salmon doing like that, but
Yeah.
they jumped out the water and took them in their mouths and went, "Wow, that's something else." And then next thing you know, there's cum in the water.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
it got there, nobody knows. But all of a sudden,
Camera pans
alligators
down,
and the
tilts
frogs
down.
are just going at it because the amphibians and the alligators were all
Right. And the cult of
Flashing.
Sobek loved this. They were all for this.
yes.
The cult of Sobek fully endorses the gay agenda, by the way.
Yeah, I don't. Whatever makes the cum flow.
But where does Alex Jones rest in all this?
I don't. My ADD is so fucking bad right now that whatever you did, like whatever scene you set, I like check the fuck out and I don't remember. But the only thing I thought about while you were saying it was like camera tilts down, you hear and then the water turns cloudy. Fade to black. Directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
In his debut in the adult film industry, M. Night Shyamalan taking a surprising approach to kink content.
So that's the twist. That's how the frogs got gay.
Oh my god.
These frogs are turned on big homo. I'm all for it. Whatever makes these frogs gay and whatever makes Alex Jones mad, I will 100% be about that shit.
Delicious.
Me too. I'm far more about this conspiracy than the real one, which is, by the way, this is not a conspiracy theory. This is, to some extent, real. What happened is Alex Jones is a dumb piece of shit, and he read a headline on a study and interpreted it as meaning they're turning the frogs gay. What it actually is a pesticide that is turning certain species of frogs, which are not naturally hermaphroditic, turning them hermaphroditic. And
Right.
this has some really terrible implications for humans, right? Could mess with our biology, right? And so this pesticide company has since been trying to suppress this information, up to and including trying to destroy the career of the scientist who discovered this. They even tried to manufacture scandals surrounding him and things like that. Yeah, that's why to me this one sticks out, because it's so fucking ridiculous that Alex Jones gets mad about gay frogs, but then you look below the surface and it's actually true. Like
we could have dicks growing on our chins someday. It could be wild.
we could. Who fucking knows?
The vision in my brain is Alex Jones sitting in front of any bit of like scientific writing about anything. Long words appear in front of Alex Jones's eyes on a screen with a white background, and he just mutters to himself, "So, ellipsis, gay?" He read hermaphroditic, and he was like, "That's gay, right?"
You were like too good at doing an impression of Alex Jones.
I don't.
Use that sparingly, because that was like a little freaky. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't like that at all.
Don't like that. I don't like how that tastes.
Oh, I'm making myself uncomfortable.
Anyways.
Any confusing words. It could be anything. It could say thermonucleic, and Alex Jones would be like, ellipsis. So, gay.
Gay.
Oh my god.
You could make some serious fucking money if you did like a cameo where you just did Alex Jones impressions and had people say get you to say name shit.
You need to like furrow your brow really hard. So what I should get is that
pretend like you're trying to take a shit the entire time. Just
no, there's yes, that also do that, and then get the facial stuff that like gets your skin super taut, and just do it over your forehead so that it like your brow is just all lines, look like it's stuck together with
over your head.
frog cum. And and do the voice.
Do you know that adhesive is made out of frog cum?
Should do it on Cameo as Alex Jones. See if he sues me.
Conspiracies everywhere.
I heard what you did, Jeffrey Epstein, and it isn't very poggers.
Making the frogs gay isn't very poggers, George Soros.
He just had he can never beat the game Frogger, so he was very
He's salty about it.
Very turned about that.
Battletoads is what it was.
It was,
and it was again like he looked at the word toads and he was like, so ellipsis frogs,
Gay
frogs. I can't get past the hoverback level. These frogs are gay.
I think I'm stuck here. Guys, I'm stuck here. I can't get out of my Alex Jones.
Oh.
I'm stuck in my Alex Jones. I'll know the frogs are gay.
It really is a simple existence if you think about it. If you could take anything terribly confusing and accuse it of being, any bit of on the sexual spectrum of being with one word,
not hetero,
and one word only. That's Alex Jones's whole existence, I guess. Wouldn't really know.
Actually, I think I could live like that. I think I could do that. Just everything I see, I look at it and decide whether it's gay or not. I could probably do that. Just like every movie I watch, I won't rate it like
50.
5 stars or 1 star. I'll rate it. Is it gay or is it not gay? Bought a brand new bong from the local smoke shop. Is it gay? Is it not gay? I must know. Is it homosexual? If so, is it okay for me to blow it?
It's a binary scale, if you will. The only one he recognizes.
Yeah. Actually, sexuality is not a spectrum. There's only one option, and it's gay. Sorry, people. Sorry, liberals.
Gotcha,
Then we go involved. It's either everything to Alex Jones is either gay or me.
Well, welcome to the film critics show. Welcome to the film critics show, where everything is either gay or not gay.
I really
Alone in the Dark, gay. For sure.
Oppenheimer, gay.
Gay, yeah.
I don't.
Barbie,
surprisingly not gay.
Yeah, no. Barbenheimer, definitely gay. Okay.
Damn cross-dressers.
I'm trying to put my brain is trying to put a logical spin on what Alex Jones would interpret as media that is in that category or not for him, and I don't know.
You're trying too hard. I don't think his brain operates on logic.
No.
No. You're giving him too much credit, I think.
Yeah, you can't do that much logic to make any of that. Nope, none of it at all. Oh,
Zero
can we
hero.
talk about for 1 second? This might for real. Do you know who Laura Loomer is?
Oh yeah. Man.
I thought I was so happy with Laura Loomer being going into the annals of history as the idiot that locked herself to only one door at Twitter headquarters and then just disappeared after that. I don't want to talk about how that person and that whole Sputnik sphere of people. I know so much about them. I don't want to talk about that. But the fact that did somebody call her a yassified version of yassified Melania the other day? Fucking set me.
As if Melania isn't already yassified.
Right. Yeah, Christ, it's like a yassified multiplier on Melania. I don't. If either of you are familiar with Laura Loomer, I would like to.
I'm not. I don't know who this is.
Oh, she's just if you could imagine the lowest rent conservative grifter, this is a level of incompetence that is just it really is.
So she's a yassified Alex Jones.
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
She is the person to make Marjorie Taylor Greene and Laura Boebert blush and go, that person's fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, they hate each other. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Because apparently, whatever she's said and whatever platform she's gained now,
right,
being basically on the former president's nuts,
she's several levels below those people. Like
Yeah.
those, like she is now like in the former president's ear. It's like a close body. Who the fuck knows? They might be having sex
More
or
like
whatever.
tongue and ass. They're definitely.
But like Marjorie Taylor Greene just like, nah, fuck that bitch. Like publicly, and they're doing it back and forth. It's like, oh my god, that
Yes.
for you to make
This
Marjorie
is-
Taylor Greene look any ounce of like prepared or knowledgeable, or
Just put together and composed in any way.
that seems too
or
far to take it. But yes,
Lauren Boebert, for that matter, she's pretty insane too. I wonder what
Exactly.
the actual queen of the conservatives, Sarah Palin, thinks of it. She will always be the queen, in my opinion. She's
I
the
can see
funniest.
Russia from my house. Anyway,
She's so like unintelligible. It's fascinating to
this
watch.
Laura Loomer is another creature of a degree. She is the bottom feeder of bottom feeders.
Okay,
Like
so
it's wild. She's like she has like failed time and time again as like a self-made person and a just a public figure because she just got started on like social media just making wild accusations and shit.
okay, interesting.
well,
And other fuck she did in college she tried to secretly record professors and went in under pretending to be some student who wanted to start a pro ISIS club at the schools and try to like go undercover and get these professors on tape admitting to joining a pro ISIS club or some shit.
And none of them did because that's insane.
Yes, because they're literally like, are you fucking stupid?
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, like sorry,
She
you,
was a
you
part
go
of-
to this college? Not anymore.
there was
Yeah.
an investigation this year on where one of the places that she is from, and several other like bigger quote unquote conservative, popular conservative, like YouTube people, like social media people, grifters.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
they're a lot of people have been saying this for a long fucking time because it was really apparent. They just this year, like America recognized in a court of law that this news foundation, quote unquote, it was like terrible, was funded by Russian money. It had been said for a long time. It had been a fairly obvious thing for a long time, but like just verified it in the year of our Lord 2024. And it was like completely passed over for like Joe Biden is sleepy at the presidential debate. And I just think that's hilarious. That has directly to do with that person. And like, I could go on about that one for a long fucking time too, but I don't think that's
Stories for another time, my man.
their own conspiracy theories.
Well, here's some facts that could develop into some great conspiracy theories that follow some of that current event potion, but also a little bit less stressful and maybe a bit funnier. Although stress might be pushing it because we all saw Chernobyl, right?
This is reeking of comedy before we start. Yes.
If not
Laura
seen
Loomer's
Chernobyl,
face, it
we're
looks a
all
lot like
familiar with-
Chernobyl. Continue.
right?
Yeah. Actually, I was there when the reactor exploded. I watched it happen.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, I'm actually a smudge of ash in Pripyat right now. I'm dead, and none of you are real.
That's tight. That's tight, bro. Listen,
Yeah. I was on the OG scene.
yeah, right. You,
Hmm?
I'm an OG, born and raised, baby. I say that because in recent news, they've decided to reopen 3 Mile Island, which they affectionately call the American Chernobyl. It's an island in PA with nuclear reactor that did actually have its own meltdown at one point in the
Oh.
I think right after Chernobyl. They're
80s?
reopening it for Microsoft solely so they can sell the energy to Microsoft so that they can have enough power to expand their data centers for AI.
That is Bill Gates building an evil villain lair. That is not,
Right.
they're lying to you. that is Bill Gates doing his own Skull Crusher Mountain. Like, that's what he's doing.
Yeah. I read that headline and I couldn't help but just kind of laugh. You know?
We live in a simulation.
Right. Nothing's real, right?
This is a bad timeline.
It was so 3 Mile Island is in eastern PA, I believe.
Right.
And it melted down, as I want to get my information right, 1979, so it was actually before Chernobyl.
Okay.
And it's actually more near Harrisburg, which is central PA.
So I guess I'm a poser. They did it first.
Bro, they were the original. They're so goth about it too.
Take that, Russia.
Yeah. So listen, Russia, you want to have another meltdown? Why don't you talk to America? Because we have meltdowns every day.
Bro, Chernobyl's in Ukraine, actually.
Fuck. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Ukraine.
You've not played enough Stalker to get your actual history facts
sorry,
right.
No, that's embarrassing. I say that because it was Russian at the time.
It was Soviet, so yeah, I guess so. I mean,
Russian, Soviet. Fuck you, okay? Fuck you.
It's all the same. Definitely not.
So 3 Mile Island, man, they're cooking up some evil empires over for Microsoft, so Bill Gates can ascend to his human cyborg status.
Yeah, do you reckon they're using the power plant to produce power, or are they using it for the radiation to make mutant killer beasts for Bill Gates's army? Like,
I mean, I
mix of both, maybe?
Yes, and I think, like Sean said, they're really into the game Stalker, and they're like, PA is a good substitute for some Chernobyl wasteland. Let's get some radiation up in this motherfucker.
We don't have enough artifacts.
Some animals with split heads. You ever see a deer with two heads? I haven't.
Yeah,
I'm kind of down for seeing that shit.
Russia.
I read a lot of fantasy, so you know.
You're putting some dots together, because this must be why Microsoft bought Bethesda, because there were some good ideas in them Fallout games that they want the rights to. So they're making vaults, dude. They're making centaurs, they're making rad roaches, they're making all them, they're making super mutants.
In the universe of Stalker, it was Chernobyl happens, and then the alternative fictional universe is people from Russia, Russians and Ukrainians, go into the zone around the area to find artifacts. They're like mutations of nature, and take them out of there. And this is why the U.S. economy is in the toilet. It's because we don't have enough fucking artifacts from a zone, and we did it first, and we didn't farm them, and it's a problem.
Right. Because we were too focused on the space race, even though, as we all know, the moon landing was faked.
So Bill Gates is like,
bro,
fuck
that studio is down the street
island
from where I live, man. They shot
I know, yeah.
down the street.
I'm getting me some artifacts. I'm going to use foreign labor to do.
Why? I don't know why we got to be. The thing is like, I don't know why we got to be afraid of radiation. Because it's just fake news. It's melting your insides and shit. No, in the end, I agree. Fallout was kind of cool, and if I could become an immortal ghoul, I'd be all right with that.
Yeah, I'm down. If you get cancer, from radiation, I'm sorry, but I just don't understand you. Listen, like I feel for you, but I'm just built different.
I've read a lot of comic books, and I just know that this is my opportunity to gain some motherfucking powers. So I'm camping out on 3 Mile Island. Like,
listen, if Walton Goggins in real life, after all of this happens, becomes a ghoul, a la the Fallout universe, he's going to be so much easier to kiss because your nose is going to fit right in. Right into the space in his skull where his nose used to exist.
Oh,
It's gonna be like
oh.
a puzzle, like a jigsaw puzzle piece that just fits.
Yeah.
Man, that's a beautiful picture right there. That's a beautiful
Poetic.
image. You
Maybe
gotta
we
get
should. Maybe we should accept radiation. Maybe we should
Listen.
have even more radiation, because then it would allow us to love each other more.
we'll be the children of the atom.
Exactly.
We need to accept radiation as our overlord and just as the solution to all things.
We are the children of Adam.
We are the children of Adam.
I was gonna say, yeah, that is like a narrative line in Fallout, right?
It is.
I was thinking about that, but I didn't know where to work it in. But Zach worked it in really well. So
You're welcome. Thanks for setting me up.
Got him.
no, it's funny. I was trying, but I haven't actually completed a Fallout game. The furthest I've gotten into any of them is Fallout New Vegas. And that one I kind of quit halfway through because if I want the Fallout New Vegas experience, I can just look outside. So,
True.
Like,
You're in the New Vegas.
Yeah, like not just because the future that we live in is fucked, but also because I'm in the region, like in the area.
Right.
Like I'm just, like Mojave is my next door neighbor, so I can't
It's
just.
much more
The same
real
reason.
for you.
Yeah, it's the same reason I can't listen to Welcome to Night Vale. I could just look outside. Like, I don't know. Anyway, tangent.
I totally agree, though. It's 3 Mile Island, man. It's the new.
So how do we take it over? How do we take over 3 Mile Island? How do we take it back from the rich prigs who are controlling our lives? How do we seize the means of production of the mutants?
Listen,
We got to go to Fukushima.
Oh, right.
the answers are there in Fukushima. I believe this is a lot more innocent than we see.
Okay.
And really, he needs this. It's not for his AI. He needs it to power his porn collection.
Right. Okay.
Because
Same thing.
It,
well, this just turned into a heist movie. Now, how do we get the porn? How do we get all the good porn that Bill Gates
database of porn that Bill Gates keeps hidden on 3 Mile Island?
Keeps hoarding all to himself.
To extract this porn collection while not becoming irradiated.
I just have to say something real quick, and then I promise we can move on. Fun fact: Osama bin Laden actually had something like that in his compound. Anyway, continue.
Wait, which part?
Radiation?
Radiation?
No,
or
the
porn.
porn.
Or both?
The porn. He had a massive porn collection when they raided his compound. A lot of it Western porn, interestingly enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
He was doing research.
He was at the Diddy parties.
Yeah,
Guys, I'll be in my office because I'm doing research
so.
about how much I hate Western culture.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm studying my Western culture and sharpening my hatred for.
Stop!
I literally
give me 5 more minutes. I'm studying why I dislike Western culture.
Sir, the Americans are invading. 5 more minutes.
Yeah, no, it's just the reason I found out about this at all is because his Wikipedia page has a section about his views on certain topics, and it has a whole section for his views on masturbation, and I thought that was interesting. Why is that a thing? And so I read it, and it mentioned his massive porn collection.
Oh man,
what were his feelings on masturbation for real?
Well,
not for real,
that
but
it's
like
normally
completely not for real. The opposite.
No, his official stance
was
on
in line with his beliefs.
Yeah, his official stance on masturbation is that generally it's bad, but if like you're really in a bind, like if it's really you really got to do it, just get it over with. And that's acceptable. Like if it's really bad and you haven't seen a woman for months,
make
you
sure
can
it
rub
hurts
one
while
out.
you do it.
Guys, I've been thinking about Western culture a lot. I need to go let off some steam. I'm just gonna get it done.
Yeah.
With, okay?
I'm just so angry. I gotta.
Western culture has been rolling me up. I gotta go.
I gotta do
Rub
it
it
because of
off.
how much I hate America.
Yeah, If you're really desperately horny and nothing is working, you're finally allowed to rub one out. Rub one out for Allah. You know.
I don't
Just
speak
fuck
the
a fruit,
language,
man.
but I could
Fuck a fruit.
nail on the head that any video that I watched of Osama bin Laden, I was like, you know, this guy has incel energy. I didn't have the word in the years those existed.
Yeah, but you're right. You're
Yeah.
so right.
Definite incel energy.
We were talking about 3 Mile Island.
Then somehow got to Osama bin Laden, but I love how we got there.
It's my fault. Totally
No,
my fault.
I don't. No, that's where my brain is at right now. It's functioning on this level. We're good.
Listen, these are the issues that matter, okay? These are the topical issues for when the zombie apocalypse comes. It's gonna.
Where are we gonna get all our porn?
Yeah,
We're gonna do
we're gonna
a
lose
radioactive
internet.
JO.
We're gonna lose internet,
Right.
And we all know you can't spank to magazines anymore.
I don't.
No.
How much
Just
of
not the
his
same.
collection do you think was guys like porn
I
featuring
mean,
men?
It didn't
65%.
say. Yeah, that's the interesting. It could be any number, huh? Because like the FBI or no, it wasn't FBI. Whoever fucking raided his compound, they found his massive stash of porn. No details after that were revealed to the public.
Could you imagine like a dude who looks like he's out of Call of Duty finding that collection and looking at it, and then it being like any bit of it being featuring men, like long erect penises, and he'd be like, I'm not reporting that I looked at this, guys.
I feel like that's almost kind of like
I just missed my wife.
it's a missed opportunity. No. This is a missed opportunity for a U.S. government psyop, because if they found like the weirder shit in his collection, they could have been like, not only did we kill this guy, but yo, check out what this idiot was into. What a fucking loser. And then
If only he knew that AI was on the horizon.
oh yeah, that's enough. Yeah.
But that's what it is. You know what? He's taking his porn collection to the next level. He's gonna
Just
AI
like Bill
it.
Gates. Just like Bill Gates
That's
on
what
3
Bill
Mile
Gates is
Island.
doing at 3 Mile Island. He's taking it to the next level. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna make my own fuck doll, and she's gonna think for herself. And then she's gonna realize that she's gonna want to leave me too.
It's gonna be my
I'm looking
AI
forward
girlfriend.
to the video that Mark Zuckerberg releases
publicizing
the Meta's response to Bill Gates's brand new porno experience.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Because you know how he doesn't
I'm real
like
interested
he's
in what he has to say.
yeah, because you know how he's like not a real human. He's like a android pretending to be a human, so he'll
Right.
like be very yeah, it's cool. And here's a
He's like that Will Smith movie.
Oh, it's like iRobot, but it's all porn girlfriend bots.
I Zuckerberg.
yeah. This is the metaverse's new exciting pornography experience. Great for your corporate advertising needs.
It's odd timing because Meta just like within the last day or two of when we're recording this just released not releasing, they just unveiled their prototyping new AR lenses, all like previous AR attempts from other
Because they
companies
won't
and them.
let the metaverse die.
Move over, OnlyFans. We're taking back the sex industry.
Sorry, we don't. You don't have to worry about drip feeding content if we just make AI chat girlfriends for you.
And that's the wild thing, is they're gonna fuck themselves, because the only people that are gonna like pay money
Figuratively.
for this content are other bots. So it's just gonna be bots interacting with each other, like most of Facebook is these days.
Man,
And
I love that bot on bot.
It's actually really staggering. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I look at it, I'm like, wow. Every time I see a Meta AI thing, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is so boring.
I just tricked these two bots into having a sexual conversation. I am very aroused. Digital
Then I can be a
voyeurism.
digital cuck.
Yeah.
I'm being digitally cuckolded.
My AI digital girlfriend is. I can watch them fuck other AI bots that DM them on the internet. When they
Because that's what the internet is best for, is jerking off.
I can't even get laid by a programmed AI bot.
Imagine being that sad. Uh, it's
So
so
good.
funny to watch porn bots be a problem everywhere now, because they used to only be a problem on like the bad sites, or like Tumblr or 4chan or whatever. But now they're just everywhere. It's
Ubiquitous.
fascinating. It's
No,
terrible.
no, they're just like it's like weed. It's just universally accepted.
Yeah. It sucks a
They're
lot.
like it's not so bad. Don't have to, demonize ourselves about
It
it,
kind of
right?
it does, yeah, it does suck a little bit when you see a viral tweet and it's funny, and then you tap on it to retweet it, and below it there's just you're being blasted with like vibrators and OnlyFans links that were paid for by somebody to be on in the replies to a viral tweet. It's like it makes me a very cynical person to every time I see it. Like,
I
I don't know.
just there is the oh my god. To understand that if you're gonna click anything on social media, and when you do, understanding like how much it's going to affect your algorithm and what it feeds you, and then seeing something like, I like that, but I don't wanna, I know if I click that I'm gonna see more of this. So
Yeah.
I can't click the thing because my pattern seeking brain recognizes
do it.
exactly how soon that's going to come up again, and I don't want to see it. It's like a horribly aggravating way to exist. Period.
No, the algorithm goes, I see you recently Googled ADHD. Why don't you try clicking this link and see what happens? And you're just like, no, fuck, I did it. Oh God, where am I? Oh, sweet. I want this play.
I only
Yeah.
feel fucked up about
then you're
ADHD because of
gone.
how much the internet shows me memes about ADHD.
Yeah, and it just starts pop-ups.
Some of them are probably AI generated. Facebook is especially bad, I would say, though. Did I ever tell you guys about my experience being a moderately successful gimmick account on Twitter and how awful it was?
Mm-mm.
How I like never fucking ever want to have any amount of fame ever
Oh
again.
man, were you one of these people kidnapped by these like foreign gangs of people and forced into these like cyber rooms where you have to keep creating accounts and like uh trying to fish people all day?
Not at all, but that's fascinating.
I'm fishing.
I'd
Man,
love to learn
it's
more
a
about
thing.
that
It's
at
called
some point. It's a real thing.
it's a real homosexual. It was on John Late Night with John Oliver. I'll think of it
Oh,
later.
last
Sorry,
week tonight. Okay,
last week night. I'll come back to
I'll,
it.
yeah. No, I had a gimmick account that I started mostly just for fun. It was like a Twitter account from the perspective of a Whiterun guard in Skyrim,
Okay.
and I had a couple of tweets that blew up, and all of a sudden I had like a very large following. And I tweeted once that I just kind of noticed that Skyrim had legal gay marriage before the U.S. did. It was made legal here in 2015, but Skyrim came out in 2011. And so I
Yeah.
thought, oh, that's funny. Let me tweet about that. Goes viral. I get a bunch of homophobes in the comments pissing their pants, just freaking out and like being total jerks to like everybody else. And I started getting like hate mail too. Like I got like hate messages. I had to make the account private for a couple of days just to make all this shit go away. And to this day, that's like a thing people talk about in the Elder Scrolls fandom is like, hey, remember that Whiterun Guard account that had to go private because of all those weird homophobes?
Wow.
Good
Yeah,
lord.
screenshots of my tweets show up elsewhere. I remember seeing a screenshot of one. I'd like I tweeted about the Skyrim grandma, that gal who's like 80 years old and she
Oh
streams
yeah,
Skyrim.
yeah.
Yeah, and there was like an article that said she had said something like that she wants them to make Elder Scrolls 6 before she dies. And
Good
so
luck.
I tweeted that and I
Yeah.
said, everybody spam Bethesda with this. And that fucking blew up. And I still see screenshots of that occasionally. There were people copying me. People like took my profile picture, which I had
That's
commissioned from an
wild.
artist, by the way.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
yeah. So they were like blatantly stole this art, made TikTok pages using my handle, my profile, my name, all of that. And then the one good thing I was able to do on that account though is that I did troll Fox News.
Good.
because they did this thing where there was like that moral panic about them teaching the gay agenda in class. And so they told parents who were watchers, like, you can email any reports you have to this email address. And so I go to my followers, I'm like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we just spammed this with Skyrim memes? Just send them a whole bunch of fucking memes, just flood their inbox with it, make them regret this decision. And so we did. People sent like the B movie script to them. People sent like a lot of Skyrim memes. The script for the opening I remember seeing a couple of times. That one passage from the real Baron Zaya with the Khajiit sex in it. Like just a lot of like random shit. And yeah, gained that's probably the best thing I've ever done with that platform is mobilize the Elder Scrolls fandom to trolls Fox News. But
There
that
you
was the
go.
one.
Was
That
this
was one of the
post
better
Shirley Curry
experiences.
retirement?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. It was a while ago. It was like 2 years ago. I want to say that this happened. But yeah, most of the time when I had a tweet that went viral, though, it was terrible. Like one time I tweeted, "If you die in Skyrim, you die in real life," and which is I think is funny. But people started replying with like actual suicidal ideation in the
Oh,
comments. I'm
God.
like, I'm a stranger on the internet. You should be
Yeah.
talking about this to a therapist.
Don't bring your parasocial bullshit to me.
Yeah. Or they'd just be like, God, I wish I could turn on Skyrim and then it would just kill me. And I'm just like, please call the suicide hotline. Here's the number. I don't want to hear
Yeah.
this. Like, this is
Judge,
depressing.
I can't
Did
help
not
you, but I
ask for
have the
this.
number of somebody who can.
I did also tweet a joke that was supposed to be very obviously about joke about giving me your credit card information. And can you tell that ended badly? Because somebody did.
Oh no.
And it wasn't their information either. And so I had to like report the tweet. I had to take down my tweet. I had to like do damage control. It was fucking awful because somebody
I
didn't get
can't
a
do
joke.
Twitter anymore. Can't do Twitter.
I can't either. I left it.
I love video games, but I don't. There's nothing that ruins anything in that territory faster than just the fans of it, period. It's amazing. It's amazing how fast they're totally insufferable. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I've met some friends through certain fandoms, right? But very few of them have stuck with me because there's always drama in those fandoms. And a lot of them do tend to be weird. Just like I did get a lot of the weird ones. Because I was also like I was just well known enough in the fandom to have notoriety, but not like a big enough account that I could afford or like people would know that I had ignored their comment. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like I did have to do some engagement, but there were some people that I straight up just blocked. Like I would just start blocking people like crazy. Like if I'd block for stupid reasons too. Like I had people who'd comment and say Morrowind was better and I'd block them. Like I don't have time for that in my day.
This is
Like
not a dialogue.
yeah, I'm not going to
This is
be
how
having
this
a
works.
discussion about this. Like you know, if you're that fucking mad about Skyrim, why are you interacting with the Skyrim count? Go do something. Touch grass. Just go touch grass.
Yeah.
Breathe
I
air.
don't. There's no bigger waste of
Fresh air.
either of our time for you to come into a conversation about something totally different, and tell me your
Yeah.
preference about something we're not even discussing. Goodbye.
Yeah, very. Oh, so you hate waffles, kind of thing. You know, like
Oh, I'm here in this pancakes forum to tell you how much I dislike waffles and never like them, and I'll never like them again. And it's all Big Waffles' fault.
yeah.
I know I love the weirdness, and I've gotten to know a ton of people like being a part of those communities. But oh my god, if you exist anywhere on social media where like people can critique, it's like yeah, you can. I don't know if you
Yeah.
should, and I definitely don't
Yeah.
want to read it, but you can't. Like there are legitimate ones, 100%. But like you will not find people who just like go on about the tiniest inconveniences for so insufferably long.
Yeah, it's very tough. It's one thing to see people being like that or just wrong on the internet in general, but it's another if you're like trapped in a conversation with them. You know, that's kind of what it felt like. Like it would be one thing if I saw a tweet about Elder Scrolls that was kind of cringe come across my feed. It's another
Yeah.
when it's in my comments and I have just few enough followers and do enough engagement that people like expect something out of me. It's
Right.
I don't know. It was I haven't been on that account in a long time for a reason. I did meet some good people through it. Like I'm not going to say that I didn't. There were some other really good Elder Scrolls gimmick accounts, and I still respect those people. But yeah, no, we all left Twitter for a reason.
Yeah. That scam is called pig butchering.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah. So it's basically catfishing someone online. They create a fake account and they build like a relationship with someone and get them to like contribute to whatever scheme they're working on and more
Right.
contributions. But I guess like the twist is like the people who are doing the scams a lot of the time, and this is like apparently big in the Far East and stuff. The people who are doing the scam are often kidnapped victims of like these gangs who kind of put them in front of this computer and be like, okay, start fucking fishing people, and
That's
just and they
yeah.
like and they go steal people's identities and create profiles with pictures of other people on the internet and just fucking try and prey on people.
That's crazy. I can believe it though. They do something similar. The Chinese mafia has a presence in Cambodia, and they'll like kidnap people and have them work in scam call centers or
Hmm.
have them running cryptocurrency scams so they can launder their money because that's the only thing cryptocurrency is
Exactly
good
what this
for is laundering money. So yeah,
is.
insane.
Huh, that's really interesting.
Yeah, almost as if it's a fucking grift or something.
Yeah. Who,
Wait.
it's almost like someone intended this.
Yeah, almost as if it's a feature and not a bug.
Guys,
Interesting.
something's fishy about this. And I don't think it's just that fart I cut. Oh my god. I feel like we gotta land this plane. I feel like this is the movie Airplane, and we kicked on the
And you're a
autopilot
blow up
and
doll.
and
And
three
Microsoft
blow up
factory
dolls
on
just
3
came
Mile
over.
Island.
Well, I
AI
think,
factories on 3 Mile Island.
and that's where the gay
Oh.
frogs are coming from.
That's it.
Yeah,
Full
AI
circle.
girlfriend. Get AI girlfriend frogs.
Yeah,
Dump him, girl.
it's gonna make all the men homosexual because that's how gayness works when you're attracted to a straight
It's gonna make
woman.
it's gonna make the men gay and the women independent.
Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna force femme all the men.
It's gonna force them. We'll be,
Oh,
we'll
no,
be
I've
dressed
been
in
forced-
drag and
I've been
reading
force
children's
femmed
book
again.
to preschoolers.
This keeps happening to me. I've been force femmed.
Ah, fuck! I got force femmed again. Well,
It's always happening to me.
Guys, I'm
just
sorry
gonna
I
give
didn't-
in.
I'm sorry I didn't get back to you last night. I blacked out and got force femmed. I woke up with all the fucking makeup on my face still and still wearing the panties.
Why does this
Yeah.
keep happening to me?
Took it a step too far and left the dildo in my ass last night. This took a weird turn, and I don't mean this series of events. I mean the dildo.
yeah.
It's curved. It's really curved.
It's curved and it is painful.
No, it's awesome. It's the right curve.
This is the type of curve to get you going.
Whew. Yeah.
Since like we all have ADHD and the only way we can communicate is going by on tangents. I'm curious to hear what you guys' opinion is on the band Ghost because they did make a dildo and butt plug set for merchandise, and it did hurt
man.
somebody.
Oh,
Yeah.
See, this is the problem, like the actual problem with merchandising in any category that's in
For a
crossover
hot
sex toy
second, I
category.
thought you were going to say this is the problem with America.
No, I love like that's
'Cause it's
that
not
is
a
one of the
problem
very
in
few things I love about America. Butt plugs and dildos. But like any of those there was a band who did this long before Ghost did it. And they were actually a band comprised of people who were part of the LGBTQI plus community. And the thing that I always thought about that merchandise was like, that's really cute, but I bet that's the cheapest butt plug that anybody has ever made on this earth. And that was an actual like a thought in my head, like, oh well, if you buy that, you should put it on a necklace or something, because it's not, you shouldn't put it inside of you. That seems like it could
Yeah.
be a mistake. I'll bet there's
No,
cheap
I
glue on
think
here somewhere.
I think even the band Ghost, when they made this merchandise, like they hadn't intended anybody to actually use it, but I don't know why they would make this thinking no, nobody's going to use it, because somebody will. Like, of course they will. Like, yeah, and so the thing had like a tip that was shaped like which of his characters was it? Might have been Papa Emeritus. His head had just enough ridges on it to cause some damage, from
Couple of
what I hear.
tears.
Yeah, or maybe get stuck and not able to pull out because of the nose or something. I don't know.
That mucous
Uh,
membrane is a whole different kind of fragile.
yeah. Regardless, I think it was on some level an irresponsible choice on the person's behalf, but also irresponsible
Yeah.
on Ghost's half. Like they shouldn't have made it. They should have known that like humans are stupid.
They
Manage
shouldn't have
manage your
vacuum formed a face to
expectations.
this butt plug. It was a bad mistake.
It's more exhibitive than performative. It's exhibitionary, less performative. Is
Except
there lead paint on this dildo? I don't want this stuff chipping off in my ass.
there's always going to be someone who commits too hard to the bit or doesn't realize it's a bit. There's always going to be. Okay, same. Me too,
Me,
actually.
sorry, I raised my hand twice.
Yeah, yeah, but
Clear for
like,
all.
there's always going to be that one person who's like, oh yeah, there's a rope swing over this fast-running river. I'm sure nothing will go wrong if I swing over it. And anybody
Right.
else can be like, that looks dangerous. Let's not go near that. But this one person will be like, well, you can't really know if it's dangerous unless you try it, can you? Like, there's always going to be that one guy, right?
There's
I don't know if
always
I'm
that old
articulating.
adage.
Yeah.
That old adage: have plug, will butt. If it's just around, at some point somebody's gonna place it right in
That's it.
there.
That's
It's a
my
re-
favorite indie band.
It's a real thought exercise, I'll tell you.
Have plug,
Uh,
will butt.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
I really liked it when they opened for Foster the People. It's a great.
Oh shit.
Oh
Boy, oh
my
boy.
god.
Hey, you know what? Let's land this plane. What do you say?
Yeah,
Gear
I'm
out.
getting a little bit of motion sickness.
Getting a little delirium over here. Yeah. Well, that'll do it for us here in this episode today. But I just want to say that we'd like to thank our publishers, Unveiling Nightmares, for giving us this space to do our thing, to make ourselves laugh mostly, but also to point out as well that each one of us live in different parts of the country. And so it is definitely a concerted effort when it comes to putting this together. So recognizing that, I want to appreciate for any and all of you who do take the time to listen to us. So please check us all out individually. You can find our links down in the doobity doos. Until then, tune in to us next time when we'll come up with another one for you.
Like, subscribe, comment below what you think the gay frogs are planning next. We will see you next time.
Yes, watch out for those gay frogs.